So when I was talking to people about this concept of a factory of the future, I got a lot of feedback from people at Minitab around, well, what do you mean by that? And so I want to start here with kind of an overall definition that's our North Star, so to speak, in terms of what we see as your factory of the future. And that would be a connected, data-driven operation where people, machines, and systems all work together. Notice we're keeping people in the loop. I'm a big fan of human in the loop when it comes to things like AI, but we'll do this in real time to continuously improve our quality, efficiency, and most importantly, at least to our C-suite, our profitability. So when we talk about factory of the future, we're all at different places along this, but our overall goal is going to be connecting everything together so that we can make these data-driven decisions with all this connected data and information coming in. And that's going to improve our quality and our profitability. So really exciting places we can go. It's not just a single technology. It's not just hooking up to this system or, implementing an ERP or anything like that. It really is kind of combining and connecting everything into a smart manufacturing environment. And that's not just analytics, it's being able to operationalize your analytics. And we're going to talk about what that means. This slide actually came out before the poll we just did, but the poll just actually confirmed that most of us are somewhere kind of in the middle here. We're doing, there were almost 30%, we're still kind of in that manual reporting phase, well over almost 50% in that isolated dashboard phase, right? So most of us are kind of in that space, we just found out. But let's look at where we can go. So the areas we want to focus on are, there's the area of R&D and learning quickly with experiments. We're going to look at production. So we'll look at statistical process control, something we've been doing at Minitab for a very long time, but now we're starting to look at how we can implement our traditional SPC into a more real-time workflow. We're going to look at things like OEE, operational equipment effectiveness, or just to make sure that we're keeping our everything running quickly with low defects and no downtime. We'll focus on quality as always, right? Minitab has always been very focused on quality, but what we're doing with quality is we're now moving to a place where we can actually detect defects earlier and earlier in our process in ways that we couldn't do in the past. We'll look at maintenance of that equipment. So we're going to be able to predict failures and schedule maintenance now as we move towards the factory of the future. And then finally, we got to get everything out of our factory and into its place with our customers. So let's align our production with demand and reduce inventory risk, etc. So Minitab fits into this because we allow you to operationalize all of these things. So we're going to look at how to connect shop floor data. We're going to look at how to monitor our performance live. We can automate data coming across different systems and combine them. And we can simulate changes before actually investing in expensive equipment. So, one of the most important things to do actually today is making sure that an investment is actually going to fix what you think it's going to fix. And there are great simulation tools that actually allow you to do that. And then finally, we've been in the business of continuous improvement for over 50 years. So we're still looking at all this data and seeing how we can continually to improve. What we're being able to do now, though, is collect data faster, in real time, act sooner, and make just move us all up into being smart manufacturers. We already do have companies, of course, building with Minitab. I will say we have a lot of companies out there. Here's a sample of a few that their lawyers let us use their logos. So, but we spend a lot of time. I've spent time in actually many of these factories that you see here, and I am really excited about continuing these partnerships and moving everybody along in their building of their smart factory. And why? Why do we care? Why does Minitab care about this? Well, first of all, 86% of manufacturers believe effective data use is essential to competitiveness. And I would absolutely agree. I'm a data person, but this came out of the Manufacturing Association, NAM, in a 2025 report they did. We do believe that using data is really going to be essential going forward. 72% say workforce shortages is a major driver of analytics adoption, meaning we can start doing things much more efficiently as we start using data to make these decisions. And then 69% of our executives are increasing investments in analytics and AI for supply chain and actually around a whole lot of other things too. We're seeing increased investments in analytics, and that's so exciting for me as an analytics professional. We're investing in analytics. And 64% of manufacturers have already started investing in this kind of smart manufacturing. And when they do, they report higher profitability. So if you're investing in smart manufacturing, we see the stats are there that this results in more profits. So it's a really exciting world that this future is bringing.